When the British Army goes to war, first in the field are the sergeants. To earn their stripes, this elite must survive the infantry's toughest course. This is the story of that course. Tonight on Battle Stripes, meet the soldiers and instructors preparing to face the platoon sergeant's battle course.
That was fucking crap, wasn't it?
Your men, your responsibility. Now fucking deal with them.
Over the next 13 weeks, these men will be pushed to their physical and mental limits in the harsh landscape of the Brecon Beacons. It's Saturday morning. 100 corporals from British infantry regiments stationed all over the world have arrived in Brecon, South Wales. The course they face is rated the Army's hardest. The reward for those who pass is promotion to the rank of sergeant.
Hello, my name is Lance Robert. I'm aged 27. I come from Carnarvon, North Wales. I'm in the Welsh Guards, current base in London, Wilson Barracks. I've heard this course is so hard, it's unbelievable, and I'm dreading it, to be honest with you.
Next.
Lance Roberts, Welsh Guards.
Okay, your next port of call is outside the story, turn right, and they'll accommodate you as per the squad and platoon that you're in.
Right, sir.
Alright, any other problems that you've got, you come back and see me. You don't understand anything on that instruction, alright?
Right, sir.
Follow it carefully.
Right.
I mean, I'm the company sergeant major of Senior Tactical Company in ITC Wales, and my ultimate responsibility is making sure, in layman's terms, that everything is functioning properly. Oi! Get your hands out your pockets, yes you! Horrible thing. I make it clear to them on day one, I am their sergeant major while they're here. Whatever problem they have got, then it comes up through the chain of command to me. Oi! Don't fold your arms, you'll grow tits.
You still there, eh? Doesn't look any different to me from like 5 minutes ago.
My name's Lance Andy Stokes. I'm known in the Army as Vern. I'm in the Carlton Guards stationed in Windsor. I've been in the Carlton Guards for 10 years. I live there with my wife Tracy and 2 children, Chelsea and Mikey.
I'd like to be a sergeant because it's a natural progression. I'm 26 years old. I'm doing quite well at what I'm doing, and I just want to. I've got ambition. I just want to get on with things. I want to get promoted as soon as I can.
I'm Corporal Lewis. I'm 29. I'm currently serving with 2 Royal England, and we're currently in sunny Cyprus. We've been married 9 years, and I've got 2 kids, Alicia and Daniel. I believe I will make a good platoon sergeant, and obviously I need to pass this course to prove it.
I'm Paul Paternotti, aged 28. My regiment's the Household Cavalry Regiment, based in Windsor. I know only of about 4 or 5 people that have come down the course on the Household Cavalry, and only 2 of them have ever got through. So it's a 50% pass rate for our regiment. They've all said exactly the same one thing, is as long as you don't pick an injury and you keep on going, you should be able to get through.
Come! Standard! Ace! Okay, listen in, this is what's going to happen. Well, I call you now, mate, we're going to go through the platoons one at a time. 1 platoon, 1, 2, 3 section, and so on and so on.
This process of quadding is very important because once they're put into these sections, they will then stay together for the whole course. So they'll obviously get to know each other really well. They'll stay with their own individual instructors. So we're now starting to build the team ready for the rest of the course.
2 section, Tickle, Peter, Garvey, Bates, Lewis, Reynolds, Taylor, Lee, Roberts, Stokes, Baker, Paterno.
Before arriving in Brecon this morning, these 12 men had never met. As 2 sections, they will be pushed to breaking point. Their first appointment is with their new course commander.
My name is Major Ken Hames, and I'm the officer commanding the Senior Tactics Company, and it's my responsibility to get you through this course.
I mean, I've got 10 years on some of these guys coming through the course, and in order to keep up with it, I've got to keep plugging away at the fitness, so it's a daily activity for me.
People are just simply not as physically robust as they used to be. So therefore the Army's got to build in that training which enables them eventually to do this sort of activity. For me, it rather epitomises, puts into context why this course exists. And at the end of the day, it's about fighting spirit. And it's all those sort of qualities that we're trying to engender in these men, so that when they are in trouble, they've got the grit and the resolve to get through it.
This is the best course run anywhere in the world for dismounted close combat. On the course, you're going to be taught the tactics, techniques and procedures that are required of platoon sergeants.
I came in as a recruit and I saw this man in front of me. I thought it was God. He was wearing his Welsh Guards cap, forage cap, and I mean, as a guardsman they do look mean with the kit they wear. And I looked at this man, and I was in his regiment, and he just looked apart. And I said, one day I want to be like him.
There is an enemy bunker! Lay down.
And as you well know, in modern times now, we're not into attritional warfare anymore. We're not stood in trenches looking across a World War I battlefield. We are talking about a maneuverist approach to warfare, trying to destroy the enemy's cohesion and his will to fight. We've got to be able to give clear orders. We've got to be able to make good plans. And you are the guys who've got to be able to do it.
I've heard plenty of Brecon stories and that, but you never know what it's like until you've been here. And to be perfectly honest, you know, you've just got to get on with it and put all the stories to the back of your mind.
Right, Taff! Yeah. Contingency, you take the first floor now!
We're not playing games here. We're not making widgets. We are preparing you for war at the end of the day. That's the final analysis.
It's something I want to do. I mean, I wouldn't change it for the world. I mean, I'm chuffed to bollocks I've joined the army. Best thing I've ever done.
Ready? Yeah, ready. 2 section, pull back into the water! Down there!
You've got the best instructors the army can offer. They are the best instructors in the world.
Did I ever teach you to throw the grenade? I'm going from there. No, did I? No, you didn't come. You're on a strong grade at the moment. If I see that again, you don't put it out the bag tonight, I'll soon drop to an average or even a week. Do you understand?
It is nowhere near what I expect to see from any one of you at any time, and it will not happen again. Are we perfectly clear?
You've got the best instructors, the best training area in the world for dismounted close combat, more ammunition you can shake a stick at, and realistic training.
Go! One section!
You'll get the opportunity every week in here, gloves off, okay, me versus you. You can say what you like. You'll get the opportunity every week to come back to me after the week's training. Any questions at this stage?
It's dawn Sunday morning, and the soldiers are about to face their first physical test, the Infantry Combat Fitness Test, or ICFT.
Now this morning, it's very windy, it's very cold, and Brecon itself is quite intimidating. And people who will arrive last night and had a good 8 hours to think about what's going to happen this morning. And some of them will be feeling very tense, and I should think very apprehensive. The ICFT is a standard 8-mile infantry test, but some of them won't make it this morning, and unfortunately I'm going to have to return them back to their units because they simply haven't come up with the joining standard that we require for them to do the rest of the course. The rest of the course is extremely physically and mentally arduous, and if they can't pass this basic physical test this morning, then they're not going to make it for the rest of the 7 weeks, so they're going to go back to their units if they can't.
All of the students have done this test before, but today there's an added pressure. If they don't complete it, they will immediately fail the course.
You can see on their backs they're carrying packs. This contains 45 pounds, but that doesn't include their rifle and their helmet. So when you add that, you're probably looking at 55 pounds that they're carrying on their backs for the march.
By the front, quick march.
That's 8 miles in 2 hours, carrying over 4 stone. Although this is a standard test, the severe hills around Brecon make the course unusually demanding.
Being pushed to your physical limit, I I've got no dramas with that, because you know the job you're in, it's physically as well as mentally bleeding hard. Like I said, I've been lucky, I've been blessed that I'm naturally fit, and I mean, I can carry a hell of a lot of weight and go a long time with it. So that's one thing that doesn't really play on my mind.
Unlike a lot of infantry combat fitness tests, which other units do, a lot of those are on flat ground, but around Brecon you don't get many flat bits. We have to try and keep a sort of the pace as regular as we can, but clearly, you know, with a 4 mile downhill stretch, you don't want to sort of push them too hard at the beginning, otherwise you find you've got too much time for the second 4 miles.
With 7 weeks of arduous training to come, the threat of injury is at the back of everyone's mind.
The instructors are looking at the students, okay, see how they perform. Even this early on in the course, you start to get indicators of those who perhaps, you know, perhaps not as physically robust as they should be.
I'm probably very below standard being in the household cavalry. My main worry is not to pick up an injury, because as soon as you do pick up the injury, then that's it. I believe you're off the course and you're finished.
But this is a long hill, this sustained. It goes on for about 2 miles from here till we get to the next water stop, which is the halfway mark.
Coming up, disaster for one of 2 section.
I'm very sorry to see you go.
And a word of advice from the Sergeant Major.
Please, gentlemen, step up a gear now.
It's day 2 of the platoon sergeant's battle course and a brief water stop on the 8 mile fitness test. So far, so good. But this is where it starts to get tough.
Right, this is the halfway mark. 4 miles. Another 4 miles to go.
And it's important that the guy's taking water all the time. You're probably losing a litre every hour at least. And as the course goes on, they're carrying more weight. You know, that sweating will get worse.
There are 4 miles to go. The severe hills and the 60-pound dead weight of the kit the soldiers are carrying are beginning to take their toll.
Feet are starting to get a bit tender because your feet are constantly banging, or your toes are constantly banging on the edge of the boot. Your toes get hammered.
Three miles to go, and Paul Paternotti's worst fear is becoming reality.
I started getting the pains in my shins, which first of all, I did have it once, or I've had it a couple of times before, but I've managed to push on through. It was just becoming unbearable.
If Paul doesn't make it to the finish, he will fail the course and face the humiliation of being sent back to his regiment after just 1 day.
On the last 2 miles, it was just the worst feeling I've ever had in my life. It was just pure pain. It was just absolute agony. Just as we were getting into camp, there was a stretch for about 150 metres, and it was purely uphill through the camp gates, and I could barely walk. I was literally tiptoeing just to save the pure agony.
Walking in, you can just see that some people are suffering. I mean, you only have to look at the way some people are walking, and there's some people with shin splints in there. Come next week, we'll see how they hold up.
Paul Paternotti has made it to the finish, but sustained a potentially serious injury.
Once we'd stopped and my legs seized, I just couldn't move again. I just really couldn't move.
If it's giving you a problem, then you must report sick. Right. Yeah, so we can give you some treatment. All right, so you can survive the rest of the course. All right.
The first major test is over, and the soldiers of 2 section are relieved to have passed.
I thought that was going to be a damp site out there. I found that, to be honest, quite easy. Like you say, all the rumours you get told and everything, you expect to. I honestly thought it was going to be good old fragging, good old beasting going up there, but it was it's quite easy, to be honest.
Personally, I found that easy. The main worries we all have is injuries on this course.
Where's the man from the dungarees?
Paul there, he's getting shin splints now. That might affect him for the remainder of the course. Luckily, I didn't get an injury in that one, but it only takes one of us to trip and twist an ankle, and that's you finished.
Derek Roberts' new roommate, Paul Paternotte, has reported to the medical centre for treatment for his shin splints.
So you managed to complete it?
Yeah, I completed and passed it. There was no way I wasn't going to drop out, no way, just because of that, but it's what happens from now, which is my worry.
Okay, right, let's have a little look. Anything in your left one?
There is pain there, but it's not as much as...
If the physio can't provide a quick fix, then Paul may not be able to carry on.
No pain underneath, just along here.
Along there.
Right.
Course Commander Ken Hames has bad news for the soldiers who have travelled to Brecon as reserves for the course.
Thanks for coming down, and as you know, you were travelling reserves, but you know, better luck on the next course. Come down on the next one in May. Okay?
Sir.
Sorry. All right. See you on.
Sir. Okay, gentlemen. If you've got any equipment now from the DS, please hand that back, and to the stores also the same. If you've got a weapon card, that must go back into the arms store. All right, because you'll not be allowed to leave ITC Wales unless you've got completed a clearance certificate stating that you've handed everything in and there's nothing owing to this unit. You'll understand that? I want to see you outside my office tomorrow morning at 8 o'clock, ready to go in civilians, and if you're driving a military vehicle, in military uniform. Okay, gentlemen, thank you very much.
Any pain down here?
No, it's there.
Just a bit.
Are you struggling walking?
Yeah. It took me 15 minutes to go over this.
15 minutes to get over here? Right, we better report sick in the morning. I think. We're going to have to. Right, oh dear. That's a bit of a shame. Day one.
But it's really important for you to stretch and warm up and stretch properly. Quite a long time.
Well, I mean, this quite often happens, but, you know, it's quite rare for it to happen to a man on day one.
If it reoccurs, keeps reoccurring, you're going to have to do something about it.
Paul Paternotte has until tomorrow morning, just 12 hours, for his shin splints to clear up.
That's all, Paternotte. March in, hold salute. As best you can with you.
But there is no overnight recovery.
Come in, Sergeant. Sit down.
Paul has lost his battle.
Can you shut the door, please?
Yes, sir.
You told me earlier on that it's taking you two years to get on this.
No, it's taken me 2 years, so it's a long time.
Clearly is a, you know, enormous blow to you, this, I'm sure. I'll tell you now, my disappointment is that, you know, you're appearing on this course, in my opinion, without the proper preparation. And, you know, you have to say to yourself, I'm sure you'll agree with me, what's the point of you arriving here if you haven't been given the time, or if you haven't been given the proper preparation? I mean, what do you think yourself?
I don't feel like because I've done so much and I've put myself out over Christmas and the New Year period as well, so it's not as though I just haven't gone on leave.
No, I wasn't doubting your individual effort, but what I have to say that, you know, what I see, and I've been here long enough to see it, is that your preparation in terms of the guidance you were given and the help has not been sufficient. And this is one of my biggest gripes. You know, people have got to come here having been adequately prepared for what is a very arduous 7 weeks.
Across the barracks, the Sergeant Major introduces the rest of the course to the privileges of the Sergeant's Mess.
The first thing is, when you come into the Sergeant's Mess, it will be a massive improvement in your quality of life. This is a private club. You can't just walk into it. You come into it, outside being a senior NCO or above, through invite only. That includes a commandant or anybody. And you've got to earn and work hard to get in here. And the only way you can get in here is by being a sergeant minimum.
I'm very sorry to see you go. Okay, how old are you now?
I'm 29.
29, well, you're not too old. You know, go away, get those shin splints sorted out.
okay, and then come back. Try not to beat yourself up over it, okay? You're not the first person it's happened to. You know, we all face these problems from time to time. All right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, thanks very much.
You do not come into here with cam cream on. You do not come into this mess with crap all over your boots. People don't want to come in here and see and smell you, all right, stood here with sheep shit all over you and all the rest of it, all right, lagging the old beer down. Do not do it.
I was praying I was going to wake up this morning and it would be fine. I didn't really want to get out of bed and put my feet on the floor, you know, to find out that it wasn't all right. And I still had the pain, but the pain was there and I can't hide the fact.
Paul Paternotti's catastrophe means good news for two of the soldiers on reserve.
Right. As quickly as yesterday, I told you that you are off the course. You're now back on it, okay? Because we had a couple of people drop out, so you should be pretty pleased about that. Yes, sir. Yeah. Well done. Sir. Good to have you on the course.
For it to happen on the first day, you know, and having passed everything as well to get myself here, and then I should be able to start the course, but I'm just devastated, really.
We do not allow jeans, all right, of any form in this mess. I don't care whether they are CK1s, Yves Saint Laurent, chinos. I'm not interested. If they've got a little badge on the back of them, they're classed as jeans regarding our mess rules. Do not wear them or attempt to wear them in here. All right, please, gentlemen, step up a gear now. This is the Warrant Officer Sart's mess. It's where you're aspiring to be. Total different set of rules, total different quality of life, and you've got to respect that.
Next week on Battle Stripes, Steve Tickle faces an agonizing ordeal.
Come on!
Another casualty crisis for Major Ken Hames.
What happened? Go to fire team, I'll launch search follow.
And Chris Garvey leads 2 sections into battle.
Down! Down!